Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Sunday, July 20th, 2025. I'm doing another collective read for you. As you know, it is a timeless read. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders, it's all energy anyway. So you're free to change the genders and the roles as you need to throughout the read. Just remember, it's a general collective reading, it is not personal. Not every read's going to be for you. Please do not take on other people's problems, okay? Only take what you are aware of and only what you're aware of. Leave the rest alone, okay? It's not advisable to take on other people's problems. I'll bring out the tarot cards. I'll give you the description of the cards as well as what I'm picking up intuitively. You know your story best. It can be all the descriptions, some, one, and or none, meaning the cards, and then we bring it together at the end. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love and your support. I love you guys so very much. Let's see where we're going to go with this one, shall we? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, white light. Actually, we're starting with goddesses. What is the message here? Mama Brigitte, redemption. There could have been some voodoo going on. Spell work, spiritual warfare. Somebody's looking for some redemption here. Maybe they're feeling bad. Overarching energy. Bottom of the deck. What do we have? Oof. Sedna. Abandonment. Somebody doesn't want to be abandoned. Abandon all hope here. I can't remember how that goes. In reverse. Abandonment. Sedna. I don't know. Maybe people are leaving this person and they don't like it for what they've done. People are finding out, maybe. Or they wanted, whoever was doing this wanted you to be abandoned or feel abandoned. It's not happening. That could go that way too. Persephone, compliance. Somebody has to comply with universal and spiritual laws, as well as man-made laws. So now they want to toe the line. She married Hades, right? The underworld. Dealing with the underworld. Not good. Baba Yaga. There's going to be massive loss here. So they kickstarted something in their own worlds thinking they were going to get away with this. Maybe they've done this before and this has caught up with them now. I don't know. Gaia, the world's upside down. Creation. Something to do with creation. And it's like the world card in tarot, right? They kept doing something over and over again. Didn't think that they'd ever have to answer for it. It's now here. It's unfinished business with the universe. It's a wicked clapback. And Anna, well, she's dressed, although very, very, very loosely, I say, seduction. They could have been using seduction spells. It's coming back on them. Whatever spells they used, it has no effect on you, and it's come back on them, right? Especially love and lust spells, that's what happens. What it does to the person that's obviously higher vibing, it disgusts them. They don't want to go back there. They're not interested. And it goes back to them. It's a backfire, and they're more and more obsessed with you. Fortuna. This is fate. This is all fated. To teach people lessons, right? No destruction, Kali. They couldn't destroy your world. Well, they're destroying their own, though. They didn't expect that one. Yeah, they're losing steam, determination of doing this. Maeve. Could be a group. I can tell you, it's because you're protected. This is the goddess of magic. She stands at the crossroads with her hounds, and she protects you on all sides. Congratulations. They're feeling guilty now. Penthesilea. That has something to do with the first read. Okay? People don't trust this person anymore because they went there. So their own group maybe is not trusting them. If they can do that to that person for these silly reasons, imagine what they can do to us. What are they doing to us? Maybe they have been using magic on their group to get them more amenable, to get them to go along with their shenanigans, right? She's not really dressed. Sovereignty. Somebody's not free. They can't free themselves from this. Morgan in reverse. They have no endurance. Kaliak. And no defense. You're very defended here. Aradia. They're trying to defend themselves. I'm sorry, when you're playing with stuff that you know nothing about, and you didn't want to comply, you didn't follow any universal or spiritual laws, what do you think is going to happen? At the end of the day, you're going to have to answer for it, right? There are rules to everything. And it doesn't matter, and I don't know much about magic. I don't really want to know much about magic. But at the end of the day, I'm sure it doesn't matter how high ranking you are as a magician, as a warlock or witch, whatever you want to call yourself. I'm sure you don't know everything. I'm sure there's still much more that you need to learn. 444 when I said that, or when I looked up Mama Brigitte. Let's see what she says here. You've added fuel to the fire, and now you've landed yourself in hot water, so to speak. Make haste, for you are in the process of making a huge mistake if you go ahead with this. Already you're playing with fire, but will get your fingers well and truly burned if you take this any further. Pause for a minute and take a good look at what it is you're about to get into. Please dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make the wrong decision. Look back to see what you have caused and who has been hurt in the process. Many people, no doubt, and yourself as well, if they're listening. The voodoo goddess of fire warns you, would be wise to heed her message at this time. So somebody's still debating on whether they should do more or not. Please take this advice from the voodoo goddess. Stop. Okay? Take my advice. I'm no voodoo nothing. I'm just common sense, okay? You don't need to do this. You shouldn't do this. The voodoo goddess, okay, she urges you to make right your wrongdoings, make up for any misdemeanors, and don't be relying on others to clean up your mess. No more excuses. Take responsibility for past actions with remorse, and redemption is yours. There is redemption to be had if you follow suit, if you do the right things, okay? Whoever's involved with this. So Sedna, it's in keeping with the last couple of reads I've done, okay? There's always forgiveness to be had, okay? You're holding on way too tight. Let go of those who hurt you. Time to build trust in yourself and others. The love you seek starts from within. It's time to become thick-skinned. Your fears are rooted in the past. A new spiritual family awaits. That could be for you or them. This person, I think, gets offended easily. So they use magic against the stupid things that they get offended by. Like, really, they resort to magic for the stupidest reasons. It's now part of their life, part of who they are. But, you know, eventually that starts to fade. Magic never sticks around. And you're going to have to answer. That's all it is. It's time to answer. Okay, you want this deck? All right, we'll go. Mama Brigitte. Redemption. Maybe they thought they went past a certain point, they'll never be redeemed or forgiven. I don't know. That's between them and God. It could be somebody teaching them to do this, coaching them. You could be a teacher, school teacher, somebody else's, a spiritual teacher. I'm really picking up somebody was coaching them to do something and they feel guilty. Bottom of the deck, personality. Personality disorders, trying to take on your personality. Somebody loves your personality. I don't know. It's affecting somebody's personality. Somebody's scared. It's a chicken. Somebody's very afraid. Something to do with things. They're trying to sweep it under the carpet. Whenever I see that, I see the brooms, the little brooms. Trying to clean up their side of the road. Or maybe this is spirit telling this person they better start cleaning. This is a collector of things. Maybe they're trying to, maybe they go to your home, try to steal your personal items to do magic on. I don't know. Maybe they're coming. Somebody's afraid. Something to do with things. Prophecy. You're a seer. Somebody else is a seer. Card reader. Prophecy's coming true. Whatever you say is, if you are a seer of any kind, it's coming true. They hit upon the wrong one. Oh, they thought they were playing here. Somebody's play acting as a seer. Not good. Eventually people start to figure you out. You know? As a hobby horse. Maybe they thought that maybe you are a seer and they thought, oh, this is just your hobby. It's just for play, but you're not playing. Somebody else is playing. Player energy. There you go. Now they want forgiveness. Now they're believing because you're very defended. Or they're feeling very defensive. Somebody was trying to defend some arcane knowledge here. This could be secret societies as well. But you have a lot of arcane knowledge. That's how you're defending yourself. You have spirit on yourself, on your side. Somebody's going to be facing some hardship. They wanted you to face hardship. Or you have. That's over with now, I just heard. Somebody wants to be a martyr. They were doing something religiously or has something to do with religion. Maybe you're spiritual and they're not. They're religious. It doesn't fit the bill. They're not doing things properly or they're pretending they're religious. I don't know. Some sort of religious prophecy as well, I just heard. They were exploring. Oh, this was fun. Yeah, right. They're not wholesome. That's in reverse. That wasn't supposed to be that way. They have addictions, or they claimed you aren't wholesome. You have addictions. Maybe you did at one point. Somebody could be doing some graveyard magic. Acting like a martyr. They want you to martyr themselves, yourself. They want to be of privilege. Your absence is marking, yeah. Your absence is making a big difference. They're watching you. All they could do is watch you after you left. You're in service to the divine. I just heard that. You're in the limelight, possibly, and this person's a snake, and people are figuring it out. You're somebody important here. Somebody important is stepping in. It's in keeping with the rest of the last couple of reads. They're scared now. They're really afraid. They were strutting around like some sort of, puffed out chest at one point, showing off. Kind of looks like somebody's not very smart here. If you go by looks, you can't go by looks. I'm just saying, but they're not looking too happy. Oh, I thought this was gonna work. They wanted you afraid. Well, what's there to be afraid of when you've got God on your side and you haven't done anything wrong? Why would you be afraid? What, because they're throwing magic your way? What's there to be afraid? Do you know, I've had experiences in my past with people doing shit like this. And they sent really ugly, nasty things towards me. All I kept thinking is, God's on my side. Why am I afraid? I'm not going to be afraid. I called on Archangel Michael. I called on God. I called on Jesus. Poof, gone. What's there to be afraid? When you have absolute faith, why be afraid? Mama Brigitte, redemption, teacher. Lusting. They're sending you lust and love spells. We got that in the last read. Forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. Somebody wants your energy. I'm trying to paint you as some sort of promiscuous person. Gutter slut, I just heard. Nasty people. Yeah, conflict. Trying to cause conflict in your life. Clashing differences in compatibility. You used your intuition to get by. Heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. You have a deep knowing. Like I said, you're not afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. Okay, if you're facing anything like this, I'm not saying go out and take risks. If you are truly afraid, protect yourself by all means in whatever way you can. But also know God is there. You are protected. Possibilities, free-spirited adventure and risks. Oh, we're looking at the possibilities. I mean, with you, if you're highly intuitive, the possibilities are endless as to where you can go with your life, what you can do. Hopefully you do use it for good, not for gain, you know what I'm saying? You know how some people say, if you're so psychic, why aren't you winning the lottery? It's not for gain. It isn't, okay? If you think that we're making lots of money here on YouTube, we're not. You know what I mean? We're compensated for what we do, and some of us deserve more, some of us don't. It's up to God. You know, and some people look at other people and they're jealous, and they shouldn't be. Okay? You make do with what you have. If you need more money, then you go out and get another job, or, I don't know, you do other things. But money's not the end-all and be-all. As long as you're happy with yourself, you can go to bed at night, sleep properly, without any worries or any, you're stable. You keep stable. That's good. And a lot of people are struggling right now, so it's easier said than done. I know I heard somebody say that. It's temporary, though, okay? Look within yourself. We all have our own gifts and abilities to provide for ourselves. We just have to find a way to monetize it, whether it's online or not. Make a business. I said to my son with his girl, she's she's half Inuit, okay? But she has a talent for beadwork, the small little beadwork. And I said, right now, she's a teacher, so she's not teaching. They're here for the summer. But I said, if you guys need to make extra money, she could do that. There's kiosks and festivals all over town. She could be selling. She could be making money, even online. She's got a talent. She loves doing it. Just giving you an example. Whatever your passions are, follow that. That is where you belong doing what you should be doing, okay? So if somebody's feeling hopeless, sinking in despair, falling apart, hands are tied, or they feel like their hands are tied, please don't. They curse themselves. By cursing you, they curse themselves, okay? It's come back on them. It's a backfire. It's also karma, hex, witchcraft, and negative mind. Get out of that negativity. If you're listening, whoever's hexing people, stop right now. Get rid of whatever you have in your home that you use to do these things. Get rid of it immediately. I was picking up a lot about Ouija boards. You don't need that in your home. And sometimes they're hard to get rid of, okay? Please get rid of this shit and stop it immediately and start praying. Start cleansing. Start doing better. Somebody's obsessed, infatuated, adoration, they're addicted to spell work, maybe. There could be some sort of Actual addiction as well, or other kinds of. One day. Someday, somewhere, another time. This is fantasy. They're thinking one day they're going to get you when you're vibing low and that you'll come back. Daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. This came out in the last read, fantasy. Broken, they're doing some sort of mirror spells, glamour spells. Maybe they're trying to spy on you. I don't know. Scrying. Shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. You put up some boundaries and they're firm. No is a complete sentence. You do not have to explain yourself. Drawing the line, enough is enough. They're getting hurt every time they try to get into your energy. Yeah. Beauty, charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. That's who you are. It's a transformation here. You're getting ready to come out of your chrysalis. You were the caterpillar. Now you're the butterfly. Twin flame. Mirroring shared feelings and reflection. Take that for whatever it is, okay? You might be coming into a higher level soulmate connection, or they're realizing you are their twin flame and they screwed up, or this is a false flame. They're using the twin flame jargon, or they tried to sucker you in, to make sure you don't go anywhere in life. You stay put. Mama Brigitte. This is redemption, teacher, lusting. Oh, that's a twist. This teacher that was coaching this person how to do this, if this is your story, this is just a side, like another part. This teacher realized you're the higher level soulmate, and they were teaching some bozo to come up against you. Damn. Yeah. That's something, eh? Wow. Where are we going with this? In their feels. In their feels. Kicked to the curb. You or someone else kicked them to the curb. Someone's a hater. As a divorce or separation, or something to do with a contract. It could be a spiritual contract or 3D. It doesn't have to be a divorce or a separation. It could be anything. Breaking a contract, knowing they effed up. You already know the tea, and they know that, but they're pretending you don't know. The police are involved. Someone's putting on a show. They hate nothing about you. It's a bank failure or bankruptcy. Someone's doing narcotics here. They're insecure. Okay, so they numb themselves, or they claim that you were doing this. Somebody's got played here. They're playing puppet master. Manipulation, lies, and control. So they were maybe trying to manipulate people by using spell work. Yeah, there's an investigation. Maybe they're doing spell work on the investigators, on the court people, on the police. You know, some people do that. Maybe that's why they got, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's their business. They do work for organized crime or people that are in trouble. They get paid big dollars to do this stuff to court people, police, investigators. Somebody got a hold of this person to do stuff against you, and they came up against the wrong person. Okay, where are we going with this? We have Mama Brigitte, redemption, teacher, lusting, in their fields. So they're in their fields because none of their lust spells are working on you. You're going the other way. It's like, stay the fuck away from me. I'd rather be celibate for lifetimes than go back there. Doesn't say much for them, does it? Mama Brigitte. Maybe your name is Bridget, or you're dealing with a Bridget. Thank you. High Priestess. Very in tune here, okay? You could be a reader, a prophet, prophetess, high priest. Could be male or female. No communication, lots of secrecy, but you're very balanced. It's a deep knowing. Very intuitive. You don't speak until the divine tells you to. You're very obedient. This is good counsel. Oh, strong intuition. Integrity, loyalty, and honesty, in control. Somebody wanted power and control over you, maybe using lust to get their way. They're in their ego. They're in their feels. It's over. Ending a cycle. You were strong enough to end this cycle. Moving on. The world in the upright. You could be online. Doesn't have to be. You have a strong presence online. I don't know. You hold the key. So it's a high priest or priestess. They hold the key. You have a lot of knowledge here. Could be a bunch of people. This could be your ancestors backing you, by the way. They were hunting you. They were using you as, they were going to use you as a trophy. And you're going, yeah? You wanted to close this door for me? I don't think so. Think you can walk through this door? No, I don't think so. Forced to close a cycle here. Ending cycles, learning lessons. You're online. Maybe you are online. Maybe whatever happened in the past forced you to do business online. I don't know. This could also be the crowd that they were working with. They're now backing you. Potentially, it's over for them. You're moving on, overcoming. This is bringing back balance to a situation. They wanted to slow you down and end you or end something in your life, but you're still moving forward. You're in control. It's universally driven as victory. Maybe you feel like you're in control, you're driving this yourself, but really it's spirit that's driving it. It's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, leaving them behind. Bye, 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 bye. Could be travel, 2 cards to travel. Oh, poor decisions here. Judgment in reverse. Lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. No second chances here. They misjudged you, misjudged your strength, your ability to overcome. This is karma. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to heal. They feel like a fool. You're innocent, maybe. They misjudged you. You're an innocent person. You took a leap of faith. You have a new beginning here. Yeah, there's going to be an arrest. It's illumination, letting go and letting God. You surrendered it to God. You're not struggling with this. They can't slow you down. It's a waste of time. Overcoming, illumination. Someone who's getting paid or paying others to do stuff against you. Oh, this is doing business, right? Online, maybe? Yeah, against innocent people. Now they're sorry. Or against children. Giving and receiving, prioritizing others. They were very generous, too. You got to balance this out. They were giving and receiving with rats. If you notice this card, all rats around her. Thinking it's fair. This could be whoever was doing business, doing the magic, okay? It was paybacks, right? But it was unbalanced. Vengeance is his, by the way. It's, it's unbalanced, whatever this is. It's out of greed and jealousy. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Materialism. Unbalanced, for sure. A bunch of rats. Yeah. This is a Knight of Cups. Somebody's supporting somebody, getting paid to support, getting paid to love bomb, give support or love or friendship or fealty. They bore false witness. This is somebody who's very lazy and not wanting to put the work in. Oh, I see. Somebody's claimed they were supporting you and they weren't. This is false. They were bearing false witness. They didn't want to put the work in. Very lazy and disrespectful. They're in debt. They wanted you in debt. Didn't do their follow-up or follow through with something. Didn't want to learn a lesson. Didn't want to invest in you. Didn't want to pay you. This looks like a pool. It looks like it's empty. It's really dirty inside. So you're not getting the full picture. So whoever was doing business with these people, they didn't see the full picture. Oh, I'm supporting you. I love you. We're friends. It's a liar. No new beginnings, didn't take a practical approach. It could be divination abuse. So they were dealing with some sort of people. Yeah, this is heartbreak. This is heartbreak. They're in their emotions. They wanted to break your heart. Now their heart's heartbroken. I mean, if they're doing divination abuse against somebody that's high-ranking, is being protected, guaranteed, bet your bippy, the divine's going to make sure that the energy that they're getting off the cards or any kind of divination they're doing is not correct. It's not your energy. It'll be theirs if anybody's, okay? Their slimy energy. It could be a loss of a child. Somebody's very childish, very immature. Bad financial news. Ooh, boy. Fall from grace. Partying all the time. Putting on an act. Pretending they're you. Smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it on a show off. Somebody could be doing some sort of spell work or divination work under the influence. No emotional fulfillment, no emotional support. Yeah, look at this. Somebody's feeling... It's a Queen of Cups in reverse. Under the influence for sure. Putting on an act. This is somebody that's very needy and greedy. Emotionally manipulative. They emotionally manipulate people. Make them feel guilty for stuff they're not responsible for. Superficial, shallow, selfish. Don't care who they hurt. Very manipulative. They could be in their emotions right now, drinking. Scared. Lots of lies and illusions. Doing divination under the influence. They hid a lot. There's a lot hidden here. A lot of confusion. Yeah, scam artist. That's what it is. No, that wasn't. Who is this? That's the King of Cups. Giving and receiving with the King of Cups. So sorry. Somebody's shitting bricks here. Maintaining emotional balance. Not wearing their heart on the sleeve. Could be finding out that somebody's not a father of a child. Or they're in debt here. They're heartbroken. Somebody bore false witness against you. And they got involved in this. This is a scam artist. So we have counterparts here. King of Cups. Well, no, it's not counterparts. One's up in the upright. So somebody's really mulling this over. Somebody might have had good intentions or true feelings about you. And somebody lied to them through divination. Now they're heartbroken and broke their heart. And they came up after you. Drinking together, talking about you. It's all scam. Doing spell work. A lot of illusions here. And they could have let you go in the past, or you let them go in the past. Now they're angry. So somebody got in the way of you and another person. Could be love, friend, business, and or family. Somebody had genuine feelings for you. It could be a father figure. It doesn't have to be. It could be a female. And now they're upset that somebody got in the way and they lied to them. It could be the spellcaster for all we know. I don't know. Yep. They're being exposed. They're scared of being exposed here. This is not a victory. They're hiding something for sure. It's embarrassing and disgraceful. So they started some sort of crusade against you. A bunch of people coming up after you based off of lies and confusion. Probably confusion spells and conflict spells. And now they know whomever did this, they're coming after them. Yeah. Corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Somebody was in their ego wanting power and control over you. Bending to public pressure. It's all about their image and what they look like in front of everybody. No authority, spiritual or otherwise. It's a bully and a tyrant. Right on top of the Nine of Cups. You're putting on an act, putting on a show. We saw that earlier. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a great hunter. Pfft, yeah. Somebody's assessed the situation. They see you for who you are. You're good news. You took a different route, or somebody else is going to take a different route. There's something to do with messages, communication. You're very inspirational, insightful, and creative. Stealing a lot of money here. Long-term stability, no more. This is a family discord. It could be the head of a family or representing a family or a group. This is loss. No more long-term stability. Losing everything. They're going to lose everything. They didn't expect. Yeah, they didn't want to let go. It didn't serve. Could be stealing inheritances, large amount of money, life insurance, spiritual inheritance. Oh, that person's got a lot of light. Let's go get them. You know what I'm saying? They had ulterior motives. They didn't want you moving forward. They can't move forward. If it's a relationship, they were non-committal. They just don't want to be alone. They just wanted to keep you waiting, sitting on a shelf while they take your energy. Somebody didn't foresee this. They have no foresight. The future looks bleak. They're not prepared for this. Yeah. This is new beginnings. They didn't want to go of this actual connection. Get their hand on their wand if it's a male. If it's a female, they got their hand on everybody else. Every male's wand? I don't know. This is taking action. They didn't expect you to take some sort of action to have new beginnings. Spiritual growth, I heard. Okay. Growth and expansion. They didn't give you any money. They tried to interfere or intercept your money. This is somebody that's unfaithful, can't be trusted, not dependable, not reliable. They intercepted your mail or something, or your money could be online. They can't slow you down any longer. This is not the rite of passage. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. This is, ooh, they didn't pay an institution or a marriage or something. Or this is a spiritual teacher, guru. They can't come correct. They have nothing of value to offer. There's some sort of fraud or forgery or something going on here. Somebody's lazy. Can't be relied upon. Can't cough it up. Can't cough it up. Maybe they said that you got paid for it. I mean, they're not paying for this spell work that they're trying to do against you. I don't know. Something's coming back on them. You got to take some sort of action. Whoever was doing the spell work, I think is going to take action against this person that was lying to them, or persons, or this group, or something. Wow. This is compromising their integrity as somebody. Yeah, they're coming up after somebody here. Somebody's standing their ground. They have the advantage. This could be you too. You stood your ground. You're divinely protected. You saw what was going on. You have the higher advantage perception here. They're trying to block you, block your money, or their money is now blocked. Oh boy. Resistance, feeling very, very defensive here. Fighting the devil, blocking a contract, binding. They wanted to bind you. These people are bound. There's obsessions, addictions, and codependency issues here. Something to do with a contract. You saw it for what it was, or somebody else's. All right, they wanted to start a lynch mob after you, burn you at the stake. These people are seeing it. They were incensed to do this. Do you understand what I'm saying? This person lit a fire under these people's asses, maybe saying that you were doing magic against them and you had nothing to do with it. Yeah. Yeah, people are like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. This could be you, male or female, place the genders where it belongs. You're single, abundant, independent, not single. Maybe you're not, I don't know. Somebody's very obsessed with your stability, the way that you heal and nurture. You're stable and secure. You know your value and your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're independent, abundant, very generous, hardworking. And you rejected somebody, or you're just, if they're setting you lust and love spells, trying to bind you, bend your will, nah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, you're rejecting this King of Pentacles. Or they wanted you to. I'm good. I don't need nobody in my life. Nobody evil or twisted or a liar or a cheater. Where are we going with this? Somebody's very obsessed with you. Yeah, the divine's right there. Or there's a marriage, a commitment. You're like, nah, I'm good. Or dealing with an institution. You're stable and secure. You could be on a platform. Somebody did something too quickly. Somebody was a player energy. You could have been in a relationship that was a player energy. They did something too quickly. Now they're mad. Somebody could be sick in bed and somebody needs an exorcism. I don't know. Take it for whatever that is. Make sure that everything's done in Latin now, okay? Whatever this is, you're spiritually high ranking, you have a great deal of faith. There we go. They want to reconcile. There's a platform, group, cult, coven, secret society, friend group. People are, I don't know, they want to compromise. They're celebrating. These are pleasure seekers. Yeah, this group is finding out that whomever this was, they came up after the wrong person based off of lies and, I don't know, depravity. They betrayed themselves by betraying you. So harsh and painful, and now they got a lot of burdens. 10-10, it's coming to an end. 2 cycles are ending. This is a backfire. Oh boy, it's a backfire. It's bad news. Oh boy. For this warlock, this poser, this player, they did too much. They bit off more than they can chew. It's embarrassing and disgraceful. They're going to have to let this go. Somebody's angry. Somebody can't carry another any longer. Okay? This is bad news. Something stops suddenly, has to stop suddenly. This is based off of ego and jealousy, and this is a follower, not a leader. Went along to get along because the price was right and they got attention, maybe. Hoe bag, maybe. Male or female. If it's a warlock, it's a male. I'm the greatest of all time. Yeah, okay. Yep. Doing spell work. Secrets are coming out. Bad counsel. Shit talking. Regrets. Hoe bag, right? They think they still have an opportunity with you. You know your value and your worth. They took advantage of a situation they should not have. This was ungratefulness and very disrespectful. Yeah, parting ways with karmics there. It's all one-sided deal stacked against you. If they're coming after your energy, maybe you don't even know these people. I don't know. It's all one-sided. This is a false contract in the ethers or 3D. Bad decisions. They're getting some consequences. Yeah, they wanted it all for themselves. They're trying to protect themselves. You're stable and secure. They're greedy and selfish. Don't want to share. No sharesies here. Yeah. No harmony here. Holding back, not opening up, closed off, trying to hold you back from walking away, or the others from walking away, from seeing the truth, right? No longer invested emotionally in search of your 9th and 10th cup, which is emotional fulfillment and happiness. People are listening to their intuition. They don't want you to listen to your intuition. See, in this deck, and it's kind of hard because they're old, but there's an island here with a house on, with lights on. This is where you're going, where you're more welcomed, where it's warmer. You're welcomed there. Or this could be somebody else in the equation. They're walking away after investing 8 out of 10 cups to find out there's no emotional fulfillment or happiness. Or somebody's thinking, you know what, I got to part ways with these karmics and save myself and walk away. They're really, really worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're very burdened, okay? Anxious about a situation, about going it alone, 9-9. Or this is you. You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. They're worried about their business. You're getting downloads right from the divine, yeah. Losing hope here. They have no spiritual protection. They're in their self node. Have no faith. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. You're getting ready to harvest here. You planted some seeds. Beautiful. It's growing. This is the pre-empress. If this is you, male or female. A male can be an empress. You're creating something beautiful. You can be chaste or celibate, and they know you were chaste and celibate. You're not a hoe bag. They're going around saying you were. You're not needy. You're not greedy. You know, somebody's a player energy, or they did something too quickly, or they're feeling inspired to take some sort of action. They could be putting feelers out, or they... Okay, thank you. They did something stupid here, okay? They sent out all these, or hired these practitioners to come up against you, or these people to come up against you. They sent out all these feelers. They didn't quite make it. Okay? They're seeing, oh boy, I'm in trouble here. This person's still standing, still stable. Because you're in your north node. You're divinely protected. This is divine intervention. You have a great deal of faith. You can be out in the public eye, online. You're healed. You're balanced. You're a healer. You're inspirational. People are watching you. They're learning something. They were studying you or spying on you, or they're under investigation. I don't know. They're targeting your home, your stability, something to do with a home here. Delayed communication from afar. They got to let this go. You're unaffected, okay? You're free. They can't bind you. You removed all obstacles. You're not worried about anybody or anything. They're not renting space in your head, or they want to be free of this. Yeah, they were lying, cheating, and or stealing. You're the one that got away. So you could have had a partnership, or they're trying to get out of this partnership. It could be a relationship or not. There's no love here. They showed you no love, no mercy, no commitment. They're not happy. You weren't happy. They were just draining you, trying to take your essence, your energy, your spiritual gifts. Yep. 5 of Cups. So parting ways, grieving and regretting. And this could be you, or they're parting ways with whomever they were working with. They're grieving and regretting. They got lied to. You're still unaffected by whatever they tried to do. They got lied to. Maybe this is somebody that's realizing that you are a soulmate to them, or you play a role in their life. In this life, you're contracted to do so, and they're playing a role in yours. They're grieving and regretting, okay? They placed you last, but you see in this card, she's leaning towards this soulmate connection, not the third parties, not the friends. Okay, this is bad news. Somebody lied, they threw rocks into hidden hands. Somebody felt entitled. This is a drama starter. Somebody could have lost a child one way or another. It could be a lifestyle. It could be a natural illness. I don't know. But somebody is not inspirational. They have no creativity. They're a follower. They need outside validation all the time. Yeah, there's proof and evidence as to what they did. They lied about you. Something to do with an investment. They were harvesting from you. Somebody's going back and counting how much time they spent, how much money they spent. They got to let this go or give up here. They underestimated you. 9 of Wands. They're angry. They're scared. Devil energy. Let go of their devil energy. This karmic, this toxicity. Addictions, obsessions, codependency issues. Could be a contract of some sort. It's changed. Something's ended. Okay, somebody could have caused an unalive, or they're facing this. Maybe they have not much time to go. You know what I'm saying? They're getting some bad news. Bad news. They're grieving. Or somebody they love has got affected. The backfires are wicked. Wicked, wicked. Something to do with work. And trying to end your work. Good for them. This has changed, though. You put a lot of effort into a situation. You mastered your emotions, your craft, your skills, whatever this is. You had enough time to build yourself up. You found your discipline here. You found where you belonged. Very diligent in what you're doing. Yeah, stop working with this narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, whatever this is. Somebody had no authority. They were out for themselves, very dangerous and abusive. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They're cold and they're calculating, okay? Not very smart. Playing games with people to steal money and or gifts. This is not their blessings to take. They're hurting for money right now. They're in debt. This is tied to somebody's hand here, okay? Their handprints or digital handprints, footprints are attached to this. They're tied to this. Yeah, manipulation, illusions, deception, okay? Corruption, out of control, could be magic as well, two-faced. It is what it is. They don't have all the resources they need to continue in the same vein. So somebody's stopping working for this lying sack of shit that lied about you, about your life, why they were trying to take your money, saying that you were taking theirs. This is all bullshit. They wanted your destiny. This is change. You're going into a new destined cycle. This is divine timing as well. You're very fortunate. You fly solo. The higher you go spiritually, yeah, you fly solo. It is what it is. It's the way it goes. Something to do with 3 o'clock, the witching hour. Yeah, you're innocent. Somebody's having nostalgic memories of you. They want to reconcile. It could be family. It could be a past life soulmate. This is meant to be. This is fated. Something to do with children. You're finally going to get your flowers. Something to do with childhood. Or it's happening right now. There's a gate here. Somebody wanted to keep you small. Somebody handed something down to you. It could be an inheritance. It could be spiritual as well. So something's coming towards you. Yeah, making a decision, going to the crossroads. I'm telling you, they were using a Ouija board and they opened up a portal or summoned something they should not have. Somebody's got a decision to make. You're still moving forward. They were planning something. By hook, crook, or flail. Willing to do whatever it takes to win, right? Win at any cost. But this was out of ego, jealousy, pettiness, and cruelty. And whoever was working with them are now taking on losses. And they have to walk away. They got other people to... See, she's carrying a sharp pointing object here. You know what I'm saying? Coming up behind you. They were paying people to do this to you. Thinking that they were going to... In the past, they might have gotten something out of it. Okay? But that was... accrued dishonestly, and they can't hold on to it. They have more shiny objects, pointy objects to give, to hand out to everybody. Here, you have a try, you have a try. They don't want their fingerprints on these objects, right? To attack you. Maybe they're going to be attacked. Somebody's angry. Fast communication, fast action. It's happening quickly. This is justice. There's a tower for them, okay? It's going to happen out of nowhere. It's to realign, to readjust what's happening here. Built on a false foundation. Somebody's getting kicked out. 2 people at least. Playing games with others, and people are seeing clearly what was happening. Making a decision, weighing options, trying to balance things out, spiritually maybe. They got to let go of these people. These people are bringing misfortune and instability into the world. It could be stealing homes, stability, businesses. Party's over. There's no redemption. We started with redemption. Yeah, hiding and cloaking a lot, unaware. Something's coming out into the open, okay? You could have been in isolation, now you're out in the open speaking about this. They don't want this. They don't want to be scrutinized or investigated. They don't want this getting out. That they were blackmailing. Ooh, I didn't mean to say that. So they were blackmailing somebody, but they were playing mind games, gaslighting you and or others. They're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another. They don't want smoke here. They can't handle this conflict. You took the high road. You walked away with your head held high, and you let it go quite easily. Yeah. Trying to block. This is the Empress, divine feminine energy. They did nothing but lie about you, about your innocence, or lie about you, about a child or your childhood. You used your intuition. They scapegoated you. Not happy, not a happily ever after. It's the end of a family or a group. Could be an apology. You haven't spoken to these people in a long time. Could be a branch of your family you've never spoken to, or you haven't spoken to since you were a kid, and they're the authority of you, right? I know this person. All lies, no communication. You're smart enough now. They're not happy. You're speaking your truth, male or female. You set some boundaries. You cut them out. You're no fool. You're not going to suffer fools gladly. You're very intuitive, very intelligent, and wise. Articulate, I heard. You could be a speaker. Don't have to be. Could be male or female. Could be law and order or a doctor or somebody. Yeah. This is self-love. New love, true love. You're going to be extremely happy here. You're being supported here. You've healed yourself through love, or you are a healer. You're at rest. Somebody's contemplating They need to put something to rest with you. They could be having nightmares. This could be sleep paralysis. Maybe you've spoken about this before. You've experienced it. I know I have, and there's surefire cure for it, but you cannot be afraid. Like I said in the beginning of this read, if you're afraid, what's there to be afraid of? I know it's not pleasant. I know these demons or whatever it is that's haunting you, they're scary. You don't feel that level of hate in the 3D world, okay? That level of hate is so insipid and profound. I've never felt hate like that in my whole life, and that's coming from a demon. They can't touch you, okay? They can't touch you. Your faith needs to be absolute. Call on Jesus' name. Call on Archangel Michael. And trust they are there to protect you. Some people, they're demon slayers, okay? It could be a Heyoka empath. And all your life, maybe not all your life, but for a period of time in your life, you suffered through these sleep paralysis episodes. That was to prepare you to know that you shouldn't be afraid of these things. They cannot touch you. They can sit in your room from a corner and watch you and growl and hate you, but they cannot fucking touch you. Maybe they summoned something here and they're being touched. They're exhausted. They can't sleep. Yeah, third-party situation collaborative. They need your help. They want your help. After they were bullying you. Yeah, see, she's hurt. She's down on the ground. She's looking quite happy about it, quite snuff about it. Do it some more, baby. Hurt her some more. It's jealousy. They can't compete with you. It could be a contract. Someone's cooperating, maybe. Yeah, truth and clarity. You're going to cooperate. This is going to expose somebody. This is elimination. You're going to be quite happy at the end of the day. They want to come in from out of the cold, or this is financial ruin, or they're facing financial ruin, or you found your confidence, or they're trying to find their confidence. You were dealing with nothing but crabs in a bucket. No longer on the outside looking in. It'll be them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at this. Financial ruin, spiritual jail. Somebody's pissed right off here. Doing magic, promiscuous, wanting power and control, a bully. This is abuse. Always angry, trying to outrun something here. They could be transitioning. You're moving on. They're angry that you're still moving on. Spirit plucked you out of rough waters, and they were really rough waters. Maybe you look back once and they're going, don't ever look back. Keep going. See, that island with that home, with the welcoming light is there. You're almost there. Get out of your own head. Yeah. There will be no reconciling. They did something too stupid. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. No peace, harmony, or contentment. They're sick. They're unstable. They could have said you were crazy and had addictions, or they are. Okay? Doing black magic. Oh boy, they're transitioning. You know, peace, harmony, or contentment. It is what it is. This is a corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Male or female. This is money motivated, get rich quick schemes, jealous and lazy and codependent. A bully. They don't want to heal. Then don't heal. Or maybe they can't now. It's past that point. And other people in the group, in the scenario, are seeing the backfires, the karma, and they're going, no, don't want to do this. The instability, they're losing everything. They were hoarding something, wanting to hoard something. Mine, 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 not sharing with others, not sharing, unbalanced, unfair. Yeah, a lot of illusions here. So people are really confused. There were a lot of illusions. Could be bribery and temptation or blackmail going on. Hopeful, wishful thinking. They're looking at their options. This was a cover-up. What else can I do now? Somebody could have multiple options. Or they're just... Take away the actual innuendo. You could have had a lot of options in your life. Meaning for money, for career, for love. And they were jealous of it. They wanted all these options, but it wasn't theirs to have. Everybody has their own. Once we elevate and we learn our lessons and we let go of the pain that our inner childhood wounds caused, and we balance out our life, then our options come. Then we see where we belong. We know who we are. We're authentic, hopefully. Because if you're not authentic and you're trying to be somebody else, you can't take on their life. It's just going to blow up in their face. I think you saw this. Somebody could have said you were delusional, or now they're in a delusional state. You see it for what it is. They could be wanting to come towards you, or this is just an indication here. This was wrong. This was unfair. Somebody went to extremes. This is corruption. They were tempting and or bribing and or blackmailing people to do this. That's more like it. Or maybe the practitioner is now blackmailing whoever was doing this. hiring them. Mama Brigitte, redemption. Somebody wants to be redeemed. Quite possibly can be. That's between them and God, okay? Depends on how they deal with this, handle this, and turn it around. Abandonment, reverse. You're not feeling abandoned. They don't want to be abandoned, said and reverse. Take it for whatever that is. They don't want to abandon all hope. Personality, they're trying to take on your personality, affect your personality. This person has a personality disorder. I'm not a doctor or therapist, but somebody loves your personality. You could be a teacher. Somebody was teaching somebody else, coaching them. Maybe they're feeling a little guilty. I don't know. Teaching them lust and love spells, come to me spells, forbidden, non-committal, sexual energy. They're hoarding, stealing, not just from you, but others. Maybe this is a continuation. They've been doing it for too long. It's finally caught up with them. Caused a lot of conflict here. Clashing differences and incompatibility. So if they're trying to bind wills or bend wills, it's a big no-no. You're going up against universal and spiritual laws. You got to pay the price. They're in their feels here. Because all they were able to manage to create is conflict for themselves. Somebody's kicking them to the curb. Either a relationship, you kicked them to the curb, or this group is kicking them to the curb. It is what it is. Could be a personality clash as well. The fog is lifting, I just heard. So whatever spell work has been done on these people to come up after you, it's dissipating, and they're seeing it for what it is. Yeah. 7 Taurus, eyeglasses. They're seeing clearly what this is. Congratulations. Assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly the fine print, estimate, closer look, focus, awareness, check the details. The devil's in the details, darling. Oh, they wanted your wheel of fortune. I can't make this up. This is Gemini 878. Might have something to do with it. Your wheel is now turning. Okay, it's no longer stagnant. Karma, dharma. Dharma just means good. Good stuff is coming towards you. It could be bad and good karma. Destined, inevitable, cause and effect, divine intervention. What I tell you? Cycles, luck. You're closing this cycle. Luck, fortune, rise and fall, circumstances, consequence, divine will, blind justice. It's also change, divine timing. Ooh boy, handcuffs. Somebody is going to get either spiritually arrested or arrested in the 3D or both. Okay, this is Virgo 484. Control, defenseless, target, handicap. Somebody's hands are tied now. Held back, prey, suppressed, need to break free, detained by external forces, applying force, incapacitated, submit, feeling powerless. You're shielded here. 9. Aries 49. Defensive, protect, support, safeguard, block, guardian, stand up for, being prepared, heroic, stronghold, security, ward off unwanted energies, be on guard and withstand. You withstood all of this. Now let's see if they can. They could be guarding you. Now they're deciding to stand up for you because they don't want smoke with God. Whoever was doing the spellcasters, these groups, cult, coven, secret societies, they don't want this stuff anymore. So maybe they're going to be standing up for you, shielding you, praying for you. Prayers are powerful. Maybe they want your prayers to protect them. I don't know. Somebody was a sap. They thought you were a simp. 6, Virgo yet again. 96. Or now they're realizing they were used. I don't know. They were draining you of your vitality, your life force energy. Somebody could have came across as sickly sweet, and they're not. So resources, they need your resources. Needed materials, flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded roots, abundant physical health and life force. They were trying to affect your physical health and life force, like I said. Theirs is draining. You're enhancing. You're getting better and better. Again, Virgo. It could be a lot of Virgos there. 661, mother lode. This could be a lot of people they interacted with around the globe online. There's proof and evidence, or somebody's traveling here. They definitely networked to do this. Mother lode. They came across a mother lode with you. Too bad they can't have it, right? Prosperity, jackpot, success, good fortune, having plenty, money maker, sudden wealth, the real deal. You are the real deal. On easy street, accomplishment, advantage, fortune, the prime source. This is what's coming towards you. You're manifesting it. You're manifesting guru. 11, this is justice. Aries yet again, a diamond in the rough. They didn't see that you were a diamond here. Okay, you're tough as nails too. or tough as diamonds. Creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, invincible spiritual power. You are backed by mighty, mighty spirit. Your ancestors, the angels, the divine. They're getting a good, well, they're getting a slap in the face, okay? 6, balance, justice, Libra. Repairman. Now they want to repair things. Damage control. Repair, fine-tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset. Oh boy, they want to reset, right? Proceed carefully. Needs fixing, make adjustments, recover. Skilled, make things right, mend, restore, and upgraded. So you've been going through an upgrade, 16. That's the tower. Been going through an upgrade. This is a very just tower that's coming towards them, bringing back balance. 5, Scorpio, thunderstorm, get ready. That's the tower. Power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control. Energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fierce, booming, conflict, opportunity to overcome. This is their 65. This is their opportunity to make things right, to overcome. It's going to shock a lot of people. 656. Taurus, Anamkara, unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, infinite love. This could be somebody that's coming in, that's going to be a love, a friend, family, whatever this is. A soulmate, or these are soulmates that got involved in this that shouldn't have. And Aries, yet again, more. There's Virgo and Aries here. You're going to, by eclipse season, which is, first eclipse is the lunar, I believe it's the 6th of August that's coming up, and then 2 weeks later, that's the solar. 62 Aries eclipse. You're eclipsing them out, or they will be eclipsed for all the damage and hardships they caused. Union of opposites, conceal, event, mask, upstage, merge, transform, camouflage, hide, overshadow, loss of power, temporary block, support, sudden darkness, and reveal. 3 days of darkness, damn it. How are you going to handle that? Ballet shoes, you dance circles around them. Sagittarius, 9/29. You have a lot of stamina, endurance, talent. They did things repeatedly here. Effort required, on your toes. Honing a skill is to hone your skill, to know what your skills are, where you belong, what you belong doing. On your toes, honing a skill, laser focus, poison grace, tread lightly, balancing act, pursuit of arts and expertise. Oh, they're an expert. Why did we come up after them? Oh, I don't know. Why didn't they tell us they're an expert? Because it's nobody's business. They don't look like an expert. What's an expert supposed to look like? It's like when people say, oh, they don't look like they're a chosen one. What's the chosen one supposed to look like? Right? Father does not qualify. He doesn't pick the qualified. No, he doesn't. He qualifies the chosen. He puts you through it, right? It's like the military. He breaks you down and he builds you back up as to who you truly are. You remember who you are, why you're here. Not everybody can do what you do. Not everybody can withstand and go through what you've gone through. How are we ending this, please? 57, 57. No more wife. Could be a divorce. Could be some that's in reverse. Divorce, separation, somebody's ex-wife. Somebody's talking here. You can find out you're somebody's wife and you're not, or you're finding out you have a wife and you never married. Somebody's talking. Somebody wants to be a widower. Something to do with the last couple of reads. They're melancholy. Somebody lost a wife, maybe. It could be somebody you're dealing with. And they wanted to lose you, if you know what I'm saying, for money. That's why all the spell work. And these people are now talking. This person's just a greedy son of a you-know-what. And they compromised us, and we went up against a real one. And now we have to pay the price for them? I don't think so. They're really melancholy here. I didn't get my way. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. So they're getting a message here. You might get a message. You might find something in your DMs. Oh boy. Messenger of death. It's over. They would have been happy. They would have been dancing on your grave. Wow. Somebody might be going out. Okay? Somebody who was at the helm of this. This is a backfire. They were doing this constantly. This on a life spells. Delivering it to you either online, through messaging. So one way or another. Yeah, empty room here. They're going to be alone. You were alone, maybe? This is a thief. Wanted to steal from you. Maybe the room could be your body as well. It could be anything that they wanted to breach your boundaries. This is a thief. Now they're in sorrow. Some of you wanted to show off. They were showing off. Bragging, right? Peacocking for the world. Look at me. I wear a crown. Crown of feathers. Somebody went out on a limb to do so. Yeah, something to do with cheerfulness. Showing off. Showing off what they can get from you. What they can do against you. Something to do with a house, a marriage, commitment, or business here. This is how they padded their pockets. Yeah, people are in their thoughts now. What did I do? You know what I mean? Time is up for them. That's the skull. That means death. Maybe you got some bad news from the doctor. They're holding on to hope. But they're losing hope, I think. Despair. Maybe they wanted you to take yourself out. They're sending confusion and conflict spells towards you. Depression spells. Back on them. Everything they sent your way is back on them. So he's feeling a great deal of despair now. It's misfortune. That's where they're going. Okay, it's a long journey here. They could be journeying to come towards you. They want consolation prize here. They want to console something out of love here. You operate out of love. You're a servant. Somebody wants to serve the divine now, or you are a servant to the divine. Yeah, they were false. Could be insurance fraud. They've done these insurance frauds in the past. Look at me, I'm just a fuzzy little kitten. There's nothing wrong with me. You go to prison. It is what it is. It's change. You're the butterfly. Congratulations. We got more detail out of this read as we go along. I'm going to do an extended just to get some more detail for the members if you're interested. Catch me on that side over there. You're more than welcome to join. For those who want to join the memberships, choose tier 1. I still haven't fixed that. I don't know how to. I tried. Unless you want to give me more money, you can choose tier 2. But tier 1, I want everybody to pay the same price. I feel guilty if I give information to one and not the other. If I help some and not all. So just go to tier 1. Okay, it's one price. You're more than welcome to join in. Thank you for trusting and believing in me. I truly am grateful to each and every one of you. But I'll see you over there. We'll do an extended. See what more Spirit can add to this, because I know something's popping off, okay, or has popped off this weekend for some of you. And we'll see where this is going to go. But it's a good read, so congratulations. I hope you like the read, and until next time, take care.